India is experiencing diverse weather patterns across its regions, ranging from cold waves and fog in the north to warm and partly cloudy skies in the south. Morning fog, light rain, thunderstorms and temperature variations are affecting daily life and travel in many areas. Well, let's start with North India. In Punjab, the weather will be like partly cloudy skies with cold wave conditions and dense fog in the morning. In Amritsar, the maximum temperature is 19 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 8 degrees Celsius. Moving to Bhatinda, the maximum temperature remains 21 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 4 degrees Celsius. In Chandigarh Mohali, the maximum temperature rises to 20 degrees Celsius, while the minimum stays at 9 degrees Celsius. Jalandhar will see a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 8 degrees Celsius. In Taran Taran, the maximum reaches 20 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 7 degrees Celsius. Moving to Himachal Pradesh, the weather will be like generally cloudy skies with light rain, colder in higher areas. In Dharamshala, the maximum temperature is 14 degrees Celsius, while the minimum drops to 5 degrees Celsius. Kangra sees a maximum of 16 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 6 degrees Celsius. In Shimla, the maximum reaches 18 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 6 degrees Celsius. Manali will be colder with a maximum of 9 degrees Celsius and a minimum of -4 degrees Celsius. In Delhi, the weather will be like moderate to dense fog in the morning with thunderstorms and strong winds in the evening. The maximum temperature is 21 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 7 degrees Celsius. Across Haryana, the weather will be like partly cloudy skies with dense fog and a possibility of light rain or thunderstorms. In Gurgaon, the maximum is 20 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 10 degrees Celsius. Panipat will see a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 6 degrees Celsius. Sirsa records a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 7 degrees Celsius, while Noor reaches a maximum of 22 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 10 degrees Celsius. In Jammu and Kashmir, the weather will be like light snow in higher areas, mostly cloudy skies in the valley and partly cloudy conditions in Jammu. Kupwara will have a maximum of 7 degrees Celsius and a minimum of -2 degrees Celsius. Srinagar records a maximum of 8 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 0 degrees Celsius. In Jammu, the maximum reaches 19 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 9 degrees Celsius. Now let's shed light on South India. It will experience warm and humid conditions with morning fog or mist in many areas, clearing up to partly cloudy skies during the day. In Kerala, the maximum temperature is 33 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 24 degrees Celsius. Moving to Tamil Nadu, the maximum reaches 29 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 22 degrees Celsius. In Karnataka, the maximum is 30 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 18 degrees Celsius. Andhra Pradesh will see a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 20 degrees Celsius. Finally, Telangana records a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 19 degrees Celsius. Moving to West India, it will mostly see clear skies and warm conditions, though some areas may experience isolated thunderstorms. In Maharashtra, the maximum temperature is 31 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 20 degrees Celsius. Gujarat sees a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 20 degrees Celsius. In Rajasthan, the maximum reaches 24 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 12 degrees Celsius. Finally, in East and Northeast India, the states will have cool mornings with fog or mist, which will gradually give way to clear or partly cloudy skies during the day. In West Bengal, the maximum temperature is 29 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is 15 degrees Celsius. Moving to Assam, the maximum reaches 28 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius. In Bihar, the maximum is 24 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 14 degrees Celsius. Well, India's weather is highly varied today, with northern regions experiencing cold waves and fog, southern regions enjoying warm temperatures, and western and eastern states seeing a mix of clear skies and morning mist. Travelers and residents should remain prepared for local weather conditions, especially fog and thunderstorms. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the Savera for more updates.